Okay. All sorted. I think OBS has taken in my audio this time, which is good. Better than last time. Okay. So move this over here. Okay, so last time, on our first ever episode, you all had a very strange dream, meeting 3 others in a strange Feywild type setting, feeling pulled towards each other. Having awoken and made your way to the carnival, you saw these people in real life, which is a very strange sensation. So, having started up a conversation, you all discovered that you were all missing something and returning to the carnival to try and get it back, as you had recovered the feeling of it being missing as if it had only just been lost, even though you only lost it in your childhood. You entered, spoke to a couple people in the line while you were waiting for your ticket. Went into the ticket booth under an agreement, each to your own, of how you entered the carnival under different terms, and made your way to Lost Property, where you spoke to a cat-like entity who entrusted you to return one of the children that they were looking after, and in doing so they asked you to look out for their cub who had gone missing. You then made your way over to find the gnome who you had heard knew about what was going on and maybe had brought you here purposely, and headed over to the feasting orchard, where you all engaged in a fun little non-vomit activity, where one of you won, and you won a cupcake. I believe Cassie has now a cupcake that she discovered would turn her invisible if she were to eat the whole thing. You then did speak to this gnome, who was a bit whimsical in her own way, didn't really give you any straight answers, but advised you to go and speak to the person who runs the carousel. And that is where we left off. So what would you guys like to do?
Go to the carousel?
I guess, yeah, that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
That's where we were headed.
It was.
Okay, so you come out of the feasting orchard. You have to kind of go down and around this way to get to the carousel, to the entrance over here, and the bridge over this way to get in. So as you sort of come down, you make your way down past Lost Property again, and you see what looks to be a little wagon, very very bright and painted wagon. You hear a tune coming from it, and as you get a little bit closer you can see there is a monkey. Seems to be wearing a cloak covered in little buttons that seems to be turning the handle of the wagon, and it sends music into the air from rows and rows of golden whistles that seem to be attached to this cart. As you watch, there is a goblin who seems to be dressed as a ladybird, wandering about the crowds, rattling a little tin cup. And you can hear the monkey seems to be speaking. They say, "Spare a button if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place, besides a smile upon my face." The goblin doesn't seem to be speaking herself, but she does seem to be very sprightly and dancing about as she heads towards all the different various people at the carnival collecting with her little tin. And as you approach, she does head over towards you with a little tin cup.
Can I, like, peek inside the cup?
Yeah, she's pretty small, so you get quite a good visual in there. Seems to be different buttons, lots of different shapes and sizes.
I'm sorry, I left all my buttons at home.
I don't wear buttons either.
I don't have buttons, but I do love unicorns.
You forgot about that.
I'm sorry, I've got no buttons either.
You see the goblin kind of nods and then moves on to the next people, doesn't really hover around you all, and carries on.
Oh,
You
I
can
thought he was
hear
gonna,
them.
like, put a knife on us or something then. Hand over your buttons.
You just hear the music nicely now in the background as they seem to just be like moving around the carnival bit by bit and slowly start making their way away from you, and you're kind of headed in the opposite direction to get over to the carousel.
Can't believe none of our characters wear buttons.
You're all too fashionable.
My starting
Good for
inventory
buttons.
didn't include a bag of buttons, so
Oh, damn.
If you want,
So.
if you can, you know, I'm not gonna say you have to have it in your inventory to have a button. If you think your character would have a random assortment of junk and one of those would be a button, then you can have a button.
Or we could just rub a button off someone.
Just pick one out of the cup and then put it back in.
do my own magic trick.
Oh, is it gone?
Does anyone look like they are wearing anything with buttons nearby?
Oh my god, are we gonna mug
Yeah,
someone
there's
with buttons?
a lot of people. There's a lot of guests at the carnival. You see quite a few people walking around with various jackets or skirts or pants on that you can see with large buttons, small buttons. You know, seems to be the
Can
normal
we
wear.
point out the person who has the biggest buttons?
Yeah,
Or
I would like
buttons.
to attempt to just chop off one of the buttons off someone.
Yeah.
Preferably not one that's like on someone's shirt on their front. I think they might notice that. But
Okay.
maybe like on a bag or something, you know, just kind of...
Yeah, make a perception check. See if you can see an easy to grab one.
Oh no, okay.
Can I go too?
Yeah, all of you can have a look around if you wish.
Not a fantastic roll there, but
A 5. You're
Hoping I could
you're
just,
just
like,
overwhelmed by buttons. You
cut
can't
with my
seem to
blade.
get away with ones. You just see ones that are on people's front. You can't. You haven't seen any on bags or easy to spot. But Cassandra, you would immediately see what looks to be a button on someone's bag, like a satchel bag. And the buttons just seem to have been sewn on for fashion reasons, as opposed to actually have any purpose. So you think if it was removed, as long as the person didn't see you, it wouldn't stop the functioning of the bag or cause any alarm.
Oh, I'm going to point at them.
Are you being subtle, or are you just flat out pointing at this person in the crowd?
I don't know, what can they see me?
I mean, there is a lot of people about, unless you're being, you know, a little bit subtle about it, they're not going to be noticing you. But if you're standing there, like, full on, arm outstretched, pointing at this person, they might notice.
Okay, I'll be kind of subtly point.
They seem to
you
be
turn away but do it behind you.
Yes.
They seem to be stopped at the stand where you saw the child that you had rescued, at the sort of sweet stall. So they've got their back to you currently, and you can see the bag is not fully on their back, but it is sort of to their side, and they do have a hand on the handle of the bag, but not on the part where the button is.
If I see them gesturing, then I'm like, please don't let me know if you're going to do anything bad, because I cannot keep a secret. If I get asked, I will have to tell them.
Well, I also can't tell a lie right now, so... But if Cassandra's pointing them out, I will head over and attempt to just quickly slice it off.
I'll look away.
So are you saying okay?
I see
Are
that.
you saying my name in game?
Oh.
Did you say my name in game?
Arcus. Shush. What? There is not a dog at the carnival, there is just a dog in real life. Go away! Stop yelling! Are you getting up close to this person, or are you,
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going up next
Just
to
like,
them.
like
looking at the
crowd,
stall.
so yeah, it's not weird that I'm.
No. I just wondered if you were going to use your knives from a distance, or if you were getting up close to do so.
No, because then I'd have to find the button that fell on the floor. I don't think I'd be able to do that with my perception rolls. So.
Okay, it's easy enough to slice the button off. Make a sleight of hand just to make sure you've got the you get the motion down to grab the button as it falls from the person. 13, yeah, easy enough. You slice the button, and with your other hand you just catch it.
Oh,
And
one man.
quickly tuck your dagger to your side if you wish. You now
Well, I
have,
use my blade.
you now have your the button in your hand.
Sweet, I walk away. And find the goblin immediately.
Okay. So you walk away. You do hear the music a slight distance, just around the corner from where you are, and you head over, and you can see the goblin again. Seems to be shuffling the tin can to get buttons from other people nearby.
I do that half jog, half walk over.
With
the
like when you're
button
running across
outstretched.
the car park.
Yeah. I found one. Here you go, and I'll drop the button in the cup or whatever it was.
So as you drop the button in the cup, the goblin looks up at you and gives you a really big grin with these really sharp teeth. They bow at you and then they do a little twirl and start dancing away. And the monkey sort of waves at you from his cart. And then they carry on.
Awkward.
Well, that was
wink.
anticlimactic. We wanted a dance, we could have asked Cassandra. I just smirk at her.
There's an absolute glare. And a stomp.
You angrily start to dance, and the goblin actually notices you dancing and comes over and tries to grab your hands and start dancing with you. As they seem to think that you have been inspired by them, and you're dancing with them.
Yeah, I'll start dancing, stomping in step with the goblin.
She dances with you. She's got these. Her outfit is full on ladybird outfit, but with these butterfly wings. She looks so cute. And for a moment, you lose yourself in the dance. Do a little dance with her, and then she sort of lets your hands go and carries on with her button collecting.
Yeah.
Seemingly
That was
happy.
more
She's got a little
entertainment.
skip in her step, more than she did before.
Well, we've made their day, maybe.
I was still hoping something else would happen, but I'll take it.
Maybe the carousel will prove more
Yeah.
eventful.
Yeah, we've got a couple of hours before we can go to the staff area. And going to
yeah.
go to the carousel.
Okay. Are
I
you
will
all
also tag
making your
along.
way over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After we rubbed a button for no reason.
Okay, so you make your way over to the carousel. You can see there is a procession of wooden unicorns standing motionless on a circular wooden platform. Fairgoers clamber onto the unicorns' backs, and what looks to be a female centaur sets the ride in motion. As the ride starts to move, the unicorns shake their manes and creak into life, cantering around the carousel to the delight of their riders, and you can hear the laughter and excitement of the people that are currently riding. It seems like you just missed one of the goes as it starts to go round. The centaur type person seems to be standing nearby, just watching from a distance, making sure that it is running as it should.
I'm going to whisper. Remember, don't say anything about her being a centaur.
Well,
Oh.
if she
Now
asks
I'm really
directly,
tempted.
then I can't not. I could just stay silent, I suppose. Maybe I'll just pretend I'm mute. I might just do that, just to be safe.
Is that not a form of lie?
Oh.
Not if I just don't speak, and they don't ask me why I'm not speaking.
I love the thought that this person's going to come up to you and be like, "What race am I?"
What am I? Like,
And you'd be like, "Oh shit, I can't lie."
a wonderful person.
But are they a person or are they a centaur?
Oh.
Are centaurs not people?
Centaur rights.
This is a strange conversation to be having at a carousel that is alive. Is there like a queue?
No.
To get on?
No,
Okay.
it seems like the people that were waiting just got on. So it seems to just be you there at the moment with this person stood a bit away from you, kind of watching the carousel. She kind of has like a dappled brown horse lower half, and the top half, she seems to be almost the same dappled colouring over her skin. And her ears seem to be, instead of what you would expect, and if you'd seen a centaur previously, you'd expect them to have somewhat human ears. Her ears seem to be quite horse-like. They're in the position that you would expect a human to have them. And she has this black hair with long black braid down the side and blue butterfly wings on her back as she sort of stands nervously watching the carousel. She seems to have quite an anxious disposition about her that you sense. Just from her body language.
Go up to her. Hello?
Oh, hello? Are you here for the carousel? It's only just started going. It'll be a little while.
That's fine.
You can wait over there. And she kind of points to a little cornered off area where there seems to be queues usually.
Yes, well, just before we do, I was told by Tumblestrom that you could maybe help us.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Help you with what?
We lost something.
Oh, have you tried the lost and found?
Yeah, they said they don't have records like that. And we also had a strange dream where we all saw each other, and it's all gotten very complicated. And we're trying to find out what's happening.
Oh, She kind of puts her arms onto her hands onto her arms and folds them over each other. She kind of rubs, seemingly trying to calm herself down, as she doesn't really look at you. She kind of looks around to see if anyone is nearby, sees the other people in the group, and kind of notions to them, are they with you?
Yes.
Oh, what do you know?
Do we know, guys?
I'll go up. Like, I love unicorns.
You're gonna love this carousel.
Yeah, you'll really enjoy the carousel.
Oh yeah, it's alright. It's pretty good.
They come to life, you know.
For actual life,
Well,
that's good.
as much as they can.
Solana's like, it's not a real unicorn.
Yeah.
We know nothing really.
You. She kind of looks at your wings. You're visitors to the carnival, but you're not visitors. You're here to look into things. She kind of tilts her head a little bit.
We're trying to get some items we may or may not lost a long time ago back.
What items?
My height?
Height?
Yes.
What else?
My ability to keep a secret.
Oh.
More like concepts rather than items, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very worrying. She kind of like walks in a little circle. You see her like thinking, and you see her tail like swiffing from side to side a bit.
I lean in and I'm like, have you lost anything here before?
A long time ago.
What did you lose?
I lost my horse.
Your horse?
She kind of looks at you with these big sad eyes as you're all like laughing.
I'm
I'm sorry, go on.
Oh,
Are you sure it didn't just run away?
I don't know. We were traveling together, and she was my war horse, and I was her person, and we got separated, and I wanted some help, and I made a deal that I shouldn't have.
What color was your horse?
Brown and white.
I thought you were going to say dappled or something then.
Oh, yeah, she was dappled.
Oh my god.
And could we
I
ask
see.
who this
You
deal
just
was
never wanted
with?
to be separated from your horse ever again, was that right?
Oh, I don't think the terms weren't fully explained to me before anything happened.
Who did you make a deal with?
I can't tell you that. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Um,
I think.
maybe if you could tell us, maybe we could help find your horse?
Oh, she kind of awkwardly laughs and looks down at herself, and then looks over at you. I think it's a
already
bit
been
too late
found.
for that. I am my horse now.
Very.
Oh my god.
You can't tell.
No, you can tell. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, is it really
it's
that
really
obvious?
obvious.
Oh,
I point at the wings and say, "Sorry, my price was that I can't lie to you." So
Oh, you see, like
Mine wasn't, but I'm not
the
gonna
little
lie.
horses like go back a little bit.
Oh.
I'll take a step back. I'll just wait over here.
I was a human before, but now I'm whatever this is, and I found my home here with the other people who don't normally fit in.
If it helps, I think you look amazing.
Thanks. Well, I might not be able to help you, but the unicorn's good.
The unicorns.
Oh,
Unicorns.
They're. She kind of points over to the carousel, and as it's moving, she kind of points to the unicorns as a whole, and you can see that each of them have a like a bridle and a nice saddle on them, but they seem to have been withered a little bit with age, just like the paint has been wearing away a little bit. She says, well, their names have faded a little over time. How about this? A fun little game. If you can paint their names back on and get them right, the unicorns will trust you and they'll tell you, hopefully, what you need to know that I can't.
How do we know their names?
Well, they've not all rubbed away. They're all named after sort of old proverbs, you know, like fortune favours the bold. I just told you the first one. She kind of looks down at her feet. That wasn't part of the game. Oh, so stupid.
Done that.
But there's 4 pairs, and they all, you know, each of them go with each other, like, you know, fortune and bold. There are 3 others that you can guess. That'll be a fun game.
Is there anywhere we can find some hints to help us along the way?
Well, it won't be a timed thing. I'll close the carnival. Well, not the carnival itself, the carousel. I'll just close it for maintenance when these people get off, and you can go and see if you can work it out.
That would be great.
Oh, I'll give you this, and she kind of moves over to where some supply boxes are, pulls out what looked to be a clay pot filled with gold paint, and a number of paintbrushes for each of you, and hands it over. This is the paint they like if you use this.
Oh, I love the paint as well. Beautiful.
Thanks. If you get the names right and you ride them after, while you're on the carousel, I'm sure they'll tell you something you want to know.
I suppose there's no harm in trying, right?
Yeah, we got time to kill. Might as well.
Oh, I'm Diana, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Meet you.
You can see as she looks over, the carnival is slowly. How do I keep saying carnival? The carousel is slowly coming to a stop, and you can see once the unicorns, very sprightly and moving and manes flowing, now change back into their wooden forms. As people start to get off and move away, she kind of heads away from you to move people out of the area, like, oh, thank you, come back again, come back soon. You see her turning away some people that start coming up to ride the carousel, and she says, oh, I'm sorry, it's closing for maintenance, it shouldn't be long. And she puts a sign up over just in front of the bridge where you guys crossed over to the carnival. It's the carousel. Oh my god, I did it again. And kind of like tapes it away with some rope so that other people aren't going to approach as you are in the area. And she heads back over to you. Well, it's all ready if you want to go and talk to them. Well, go and work out my name puzzle.
Okay, I'm gonna head over and mutter under my breath. This better not just be a con to make us do free labour.
I agree. I'm like, this is so weird.
Well, we already have 2 out of How many are there?
There's 8.
4 pairs?
Yeah, there's 8
Yeah,
unicorns in total, 4 pairs.
Did she
Okay.
say that the names had rubbed off all of them?
No. So the names have only rubbed off a few of them. So essentially you'll get half of the name, and then you'll have to guess the other half based on the first name.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So the first one that you see are 2 unicorns. One of their bridles says fortune, and the other one says B, and then there's a blank, blank, blank.
I wonder what it could be.
So difficult.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past this chaotic party to put something stupid in. Boob.
Fortune favours the boob.
I mean, I'm sure that Solana wants these unicorns to be on our side, so you
He
can
loves
talk
them.
to them, right?
I mean,
Do you actually like unicorns though?
of course I love unicorns, but also, like, I think, like, the normal amount. As opposed to this.
Seen a unicorn before. Well,
Well, you kind of have
I
now.
guess. Yeah. At least I have a frame of reference for what it is that you love now, I suppose.
Were they what you were expecting them to be, or completely different?
I expected more like a cat creature.
Well, you did see one of those.
But with like corn on it somehow.
Oh, like sweet corn, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Maybe like his teeth or something. Oh god.
Instead of a horn, it's just a thing of corn.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've immediately gotten distracted from this puzzle.
Okay, so that one's bold.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the one that we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's painting on?
I'll paint on bold. I feel like it's very opposite me, but
Okay. So you paint on OLD to finish the word bold, and that pair seems to be complete. The second pair, one of them says fall on its bridle.
fall.
Fall, F-A-L-L.
Mhm.
And the first one says P-R blank blank
Pride.
blank.
Pride.
Pride. I'll paint on pride.
Okay. So you paint on pride onto the second one. Moving on to the third one. One of them is named Stone, and the other one just has an M. Blank blank blank.
M or N?
M for Michael.
And then 3 blanks.
Okay. Stone, he said.
Stone. Yep.
Not 2 birds, 1 stone.
Not sticks and stones.
While everyone's
Oh.
distracted with that, I'm gonna change
Moss?
the O in bold to an A. So it says bold.
Oh my god! Okay. Are you trying to do it sneakily?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, make a stealth check.
Can I see if I notice?
Yeah.
Perception?
I'll do this by you guys' passive perception. Because
I don't know why it's
you're
not
all in the
coming
same
up,
sort of area.
But I got 18.
18, okay. Wait, check. Oh, I think the roll 20 went down for a sec. It should be coming back up now.
Okay.
No, none of you notice.
That's for the best.
Ola just comes back, and it's like they were never gone.
Could it be moss?
Yep.
I'll paint moss. Do you reckon it's moss? I think it's moss.
So you paint moss onto the third one. And the last one, the last two, one of them is called Stitch. And the last name tag is N for nickel, blank, blank, blank.
9.
Yeah, I guess 9.
Okay.
Paint on 9.
Paint on 9. So you finish painting 9 and sort of step back, and all the tags are completed.
Can I use the paint to like draw stars and stuff on my little pumpkin thing I have?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh.
She's
And then I give it a
not
kiss
giving you
because I'm
like a
meant to be looking after
huge.
this.
She's not giving you like a huge pot of paint each. You've all got sort of a small tub of gold paint. There's no lid on it, so if you were to put it in your bag, it would tip over. But it's yours to use if you want to do anything with it. You each have some gold paint and a paintbrush each.
Cut my nails.
As
I
that
gasp
you
and do the same thing. I'm like, oh, good idea.
It's like toxic paint. Like,
Diana
And you
sees
know
you like
what?
all painting your nails. She got her heads over like, oh, did you do it?
I think so.
Oh, that was so quick.
We've solved your unicorn puzzle.
Well, if you want to get on them, you can see if you got it right.
I'll go on moss.
I'll go on 9.
I'm gonna get on pride.
I'm gonna get on fortune.
Okay. Alright, so Diana sort of steps away, and you see as she seems to operate the carousel from the same place as she did previously, and it slowly starts to start up as you saw it do previously before. So the horse underneath you, the unicorn underneath you, starts to change from what was wood into what feels like like you're riding a real horse, a real unicorn, as they start to gallop and whinny as the carousel slowly starts to move.
This is where we need to roll an animal handling. And we'll fall off.
They start to move in a circle. They're not moving like any speed, it's just slowly going round in a circle. Orla, as you're riding Fortune, they seem to let out a disgruntled whinny as they look over, and Bold doesn't seem to be coming to life.
You
Oh.
killed a unicorn. How's it
Oh,
feel?
guys, I think you got it wrong.
Who was on Pride?
I was.
Okay. You hear a voice in your head. And this voice seems to speak to you telepathically, as if, you know, the unicorn's mouth isn't moving, but you can hear it speaking in your mind. As it says, "Thank you for returning our names to us. We know where the thing that you seek has been lost."
I'm going to think thank you. It was my pleasure to return your name. I'm going to look like I'm thinking really hard.
You can reply to them in your head, you know, it is like you feel like if you thought of a reply, it would go to them.
Yes, this is why I'm thinking
is
really hard.
An open conversation. Okay. The one you seek is Bavlorna. She lives in a rambling cottage on stilts in the Fey Swamp.
And just out of interest, how would you spell that?
BAV
A B
Lorna.
L L O R N A and a hut.
She lives in a rambling cottage on stilts in a fey swamp.
Would this happen to be in the Fey Wilds?
Yes, of course.
Oh, it is a place I didn't want to go.
For they are a hag. You must be very cautious. They will not easily give your item back to you.
A hag. I've never heard of one before. Would you kindly educate me?
I'm not sure we are the ones to help you with such a thing, but they are a very powerful entity with magic and witchcraft in ways that many others are unable to do. Be very cautious of them, for they use your words against you. And they work in trickery. They are horrible witches. But the one that you seek is allergic to something. They are allergic to seeing someone run. Widdershins.
Somebody run?
To seeing someone run Widdershins.
What was the last word?
Widdershins. WIDDER.
WID
DER.
DER
SHINS.
INS. Ah, that's been mostly thankful. And just out of interest, what is a Widdershins?
That's something for you to find out yourself.
That's perfect. And you also said you weren't the best one to advise me, and I've really appreciated your advice, a wise one. Is there anyone else I could ask to help in my quest?
I've told you all I know. Now enjoy your ride. As they seem to sever the connection between you and them. And you feel that your thoughts now are not being received.
I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the ride after asking the unicorns to spell everything out.
Who was on Moss?
Me.
Okay, you have a very similar conversation with your unicorn.
Okay.
The one you seek is different to the others, though they are also a hag. You'll find them in a different land. For yours makes their home out of a mountaintop theatre. The hag you seek has foreseen their own death, and it happens during an eclipse, making them very fearful of such a time.
Ooh.
That is where you will find your lost thing.
Thank you. Do you know when the next eclipse is?
I'm afraid time in the Feywild works very differently to out here.
Nah, that's very fair. Just, I love unicorns, by the way.
Well, enjoy your ride.
I will, thank you. What an honour.
They sever the connection with you and continue on the carousel ride. And it comes to you, Mistral. You hear a sound, a voice in your head who explains the same, that the one you seek is a hag, a very fearful beast and creature, and that yours can be found in a different place to the other two. Your hag is called Scabatha.
Okay.
Abatha.
That's a name.
They make their home in a dead, hollowed-out tree in a sylvan forest. Yet, they sleep in a doll's house, and they can't remember the first creature that they see when they wake up. You may be able to use this to your advantage.
Thank you. 9.
You sort of like whinny in response and carry on with your ride. And you feel the carousel slowly come to a stop. And the horses beneath you turn from feeling like real alive creatures into wood beneath you again as the carousel stops. Diana sort of waves you over.
Awkward pat as
Oh, did it work? Did they speak to you?
It was most enlightening.
yeah,
Super helpful.
It was yeah, like Cassie said, very enlightening.
Oh, brilliant. So you got all the names right then.
I'm just at the back, like, sweating.
Oh,
Yes.
what's the matter? Are you okay? Did you get queasy? Some of the children get that sometimes.
Yeah, totally. Say they didn't speak to you. What would they say if they did?
I don't know.
Just
I
out of
didn't
curiosity,
speak to them.
obviously.
She kind of looks to the other group. What did they say to you?
They gave me
Mental
some information where we could find where we'd lost and who may have taken it.
Oh wow.
So mine didn't tell me that. Mine just told me, like, I looked really great and they liked my clothes and stuff.
Oh, super helpful.
Yep,
That's,
very
Yes.
complimentary.
That's all it told me.
I didn't think that they would talk to you if their name hadn't been written correctly. Are you sure they spoke to you?
Well,
Yeah.
you rode on one of the ones that had their name filled in, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
That was
filled
what-
in the other name that was what
Yeah,
Diana
those
had
ones.
told us.
Yeah, those were definitely right.
Yep, all correct.
How strange.
Let me check. And Dana like steps up onto the carousel and starts heading over to that pair. And she kind of looks at the dripping paint there. Oh, that it was just spelt wrong. It's fine.
I'm like, who wrote this one?
Don't worry. Don't worry. Bring the paint over here. We can fix it.
I like do the walk of shame.
She as you get over, she's like, "Oh, bold is actually spelt with an O instead of an A." Don't worry about it. I find spelling hard sometimes. It's you can have a go on the carousel before I open it again if you want to.
Fine.
Do we all get?
We climb on the horse.
Do we all get a second turn?
If you want to. I'll turn it on again. And she like steps off the carousel.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I'll
run.
sit this one out.
You can
No,
come
where?
sit with me if you want.
Heck yeah, get on it.
Oh,
Did I
okay.
get a name for my hag?
Do what? Sorry.
A name? Did I get a name or I didn't get told that?
Yeah, you should have been. Oh, yours was named Endelin.
Andolin. Okay.
ENDELYN. Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot to give you the name.
That's fine. Just checking.
You get to the crucial point and you're like,
Yeah,
and
like,
you,
oh wait!
whoever you
Yeah.
are.
Endelyn lives in a mountaintop theatre, and she has foreseen her own death, which happens during an eclipse. That's the information you were given.
That's great, thank you. I'll have another go around. Why not?
Yeah.
Speak to Moss again. Good time.
Okay,
Okay.
are
Are you all getting back on apart from Mistral?
Can I try and put Mister on the horse?
No. You may not.
How are you trying to put Mistral on the horse? You mean on Diana or on the unicorn?
Oh no.
On the unicorn, yeah.
How are you going to achieve this?
I have no idea because I'm just looking at my strength and I'm like,
Oh my gosh. How tall are you all, by the way, out of interest? How tall would you say your characters are?
I'm six
Small.
foot tall.
I think I'm 5'6".
5'6" for Ola.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, 5'6".
How tall were you, Mistral?
6 foot.
6 foot.
Damn it.
Cassie?
Oh, where was it? Well, I'm smaller, 3 inches.
That's true, that's true. If Cassie ever gets that height back, you're all tiny.
I don't know about that.
Solana?
Never really worked it out. Probably like average elf height, which is smaller than humans. So maybe like 5'2".
Oh my gosh. Baby.
I think I've got it down. My laptop's just freezing a bit. I will get back to you on that.
Well,
Altogether
Mistral
giant.
is the tall person in this campaign. It fits into the Holly trope of tall character, white hair.
Don't call me out like this.
Tall, they them character, white hair.
There we go.
Oh, we can dream, okay?
Did you say you found it, Alice?
Yeah, 6 foot minus 3 inches.
Oh, so you're like 5'8".
Yes. I feel like I should be smaller. I'm now 5'5".
Oh.
I lost
More
6
height.
inches of height.
Sandra, you look smaller.
Yes, I'm
Suddenly.
just slowly shrinking. This is why it's important I find my height.
The longer you spend here, the more height you lose.
Yeah, it's shrinking
That's
down.
what happened to Solana. That's how she got so small.
Elves are short. Maybe.
Well, you're talking to the person who made her tabaxi like 4 foot high, and they're meant to be like 5 to 6 foot. Because for some reason, I think I was looking at like the I was looking at like the Pathfinder info, and it was like, yeah, they're like 3 to 4 feet. So I'm like, oh, I'll make her really tall. I'll make her 4 foot. No, that was not correct. And then I just stuck with it then.
I ignore height in these.
It's just interesting to know. I just wanted to know like how tall you guys. Imagine your characters. It makes
Your
it
height
easier for me
chart.
when I do like art of you guys.
Fair enough.
Yeah, height chart would be fun.
Let's take a photo.
We'll have like a
of your
before and
sponsor's
after
plate.
if Cassie gets the height back.
Yeah, it just eats. You do. I slowly just get smaller and smaller.
You're 5'5" now, so you would be 5'8" normally.
Yes.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I started off at 6 foot when I entered her, so I've already lost 5.
So Mistral will still be the tallest if Cassie gets her height back.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pipe.
Yeah. So Ola, are you attempting to lift Mistral, or what are you?
Yeah, I feel like there's no other way I can try and get
Oh
them on the horse.
my God. So you're just gonna walk up and like try and pick them up? Is this what's happening?
I'll try and like do more of like a drag than like a literal picking them up.
Okay, you have to try and grapple them first.
Okay.
So if you can make an athletics check, and Mr. You can make an athletics or a acrobatics to get out of it.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh, why is mine not stirring up still?
Maybe
Yeah, no.
refresh.
And we just have a
Well-
complete scuffle
Well,
by
I
the
got
carousel.
4.
You got a 4.
I don't think I could even possibly fail.
Yeah, as you approach Mistral's like area, Mistral, you get this sense that Orla is getting a bit too close for comfort. And you can like just easily step out of the way. What do you
Backflip
do?
away.
Backflip.
I'm very extra. I just backflip out.
Backflip off the carousel onto the floor.
Like, no,
Dana's
no.
like, woohoo!
Just awkwardly just very awkward bow. Feels like that's what you're supposed to do. I'm just gonna sit on the grass for a bit. Enjoy your
Oh.
second ride.
Do you want me to
Okay,
sit
you
with
next
you?
time, Mistral.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't
Yes,
want
they
to.
do. I shout from.
Oh, it's
Oh,
nice
maybe.
it's nice to talk to someone. But I can leave you alone if you don't want to.
No, it's okay. I'm just not much of a conversationalist, so I might be
Oh.
a bit boring.
Neither am I. It's nice to meet someone
We
who's
just sit.
similar.
We
Yeah,
just
you
sit in
literally
silence.
just sit in silence as the carousel's going.
Just
So the
too
rest
awkward
of you
to
get
talk.
on the carousel. Cassie and Solana, you feel the connection again with your unicorns as it starts back up and they come back into motion. You can ask them questions if you wish to. But I'll start off with Orla. You feel this connection mentally with the unicorn that you're riding as you hear, finally corrected your mistake. You wish to know our knowledge?
Yeah, go on then.
The one you seek is the same as another. Bavlorna holds your possession, the thing you hold dear. Though you may not find what you are looking for entirely. Bavlorna is a hag, a fearsome creature. She lives within a rambling cottage on stilts in the Fey Swamp. Though she is allergic to seeing someone run widdershins.
And what the fuck does that mean?
That's not for me to tell you.
I just sort of throw my hands up in the air like, oh, come on!
I'm sure you'll find out one day. Maybe
One
sooner than
day?
you thought.
I just sort of sigh.
The one you seek is closer than you will ever know. And you feel that connection break as you're sort of left with your own thoughts as you ride the unicorn.
I am literally like bobbing around on the unicorn, just like completely blank faced.
Oh! And Mr. You can see this from the grass. Every time Ola goes past her, just like plain face, whereas Solana and Cassie are enjoying themselves, I assume. Maybe not with Cassie's like dead face, like maybe it just looks normal. Do Solana and Cassie want to ask the unicorns any questions? Or are you just enjoying the ride?
Oh, I just thought, yeah, no questions.
Yeah, just enjoying it.
Okay. The carousel continues and it probably goes for about 5 minutes until it finally comes to a stop. Mistral, do you want to do anything in this time?
Nope.
Sit in silence with Diana?
In the most awkward, longest silence with Diana.
She, looking at her, she doesn't seem like to be awkward in this at all. She's quite very much enjoying the silence.
They've got a fan.
She's like, she kind of sits back and you see her like stretch out her hooves and put her hands on the grass and she's like, it's nice to have a bit of time. The guests can be quite demanding at times. I'm not used to talking to this many people. So it's nice to have a bit of time to yourself.
What happens when the carnival isn't here?
Um,
It only around every 8 years.
Oh, to this plane, yeah, but we travel to other planes in that time.
Oh.
We have these, and she kind of points behind her, and there's sort of a big carriage. And she says, oh, they all sort of magically pack into the carriages, and with our foxes and our horses and our cats and dogs, they pull our carts, and we travel to the next plane. We only come to this material plane every 8 years. But the others, we have a bit of downtime in between, but it's not all the time. It's nice to be back.
How does the other planes compare to this one then? Do you have strange customers?
Everything's strange in comparison, but this is my home plane, so it's nice to be back. Everything else seems a bit strange, but I've been with the carnival for a while, so it's nothing really phases me anymore.
Since your transformation, I assume?
Since me and my horse reconnected.
Fused. Sorry, the price, it does this to me.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm getting like full Metal Alchemist vibes right now.
Mr. Witch has a stopwatch that he uses to pack all the carnival up, so it makes moving a lot easier.
So the stopwatch triggers the packing.
Oh yeah, it does it all for us. It packs everything that isn't living into the small carts and carriages, and then the animals carry it and off we go.
You see.
It's amazing.
It's a very interesting tidbit about this Mr. Witch.
Oh, he's very nice. Have you met him yourself?
I think I did when I was very young, but I don't really remember it very well.
Well, it's thanks to him and Mr. Light that I even have a home. When this was done to me, obviously I didn't really fit in anywhere, but thankfully I came across this place and they took me in, and I've been here for a good few years now.
Would you want to go back?
I don't think I could now.
Split, I guess.
I'm happy with the way things are. This is my life. I'm gonna make the most of it. You see that she gives you like a smile, but there is a bit of sadness behind her eyes.
I suppose if you're content, then that's your lot in life, I guess.
Although things do worry me. Things are changing.
Yeah, Tumblestrom said that there was some sort of mystery in the carnival, I think.
Yeah, things are getting a bit different. And you see as she starts to coughing. And as she kind of puts her hand in front of her mouth, you see as she pulls away, this like brown tree sap is coming out of her mouth. And she kind of drops it to the floor and wipes her mouth away and clears her throat. Oh, sorry, I can't.
Is that related to our topic?
It's I can't. I just can't.
No, that's fine. Don't strain yourself, I guess.
You see as she sort of clears her throat again and sits up. I should go and check on the others. You see now the carousel sort of coming to a stop.
I've changed the name back again to Bold.
While you're riding them.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear the unicorns are like shouting at you in your head as you are changing the name.
I'm just smiling.
As the carousel comes to an end, and then it sort of heads over to help you all off. Did you get what you needed?
Not all I needed, but I'll take what I got.
I'm glad they could help. Can I do anything else for you while you're here? I should
I think
probably
you've
open
done-
the carousel back up again soon.
There's been plenty, I think, right? Everyone?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it was lovely to meet you all. What were your names?
I'm Solana.
Solana. Nice to
Cassie.
meet you. Cassie. That's a lovely name. What's it short for?
A name.
Cassandra. Damn it. I just give like a tiny little shrug to Cassie, like, I can't lie.
As you start to dance, Dana is kind of like taken aback for a second, like, what is happening
And
right
I'm
now?
We all had to pay a price to get in.
Oh, I see, I see. And you two? What are your names?
Orla. And I
Orla.
do a little bow.
Nice to meet you. She bows as well.
Mistral.
Mistral. Well, it was lovely speaking to you all. If you find anything out, maybe come and see me if you wish to. You don't have to though. I know we had just met.
You just want to see us again, don't you?
Yeah. She kind of like rubs her arm awkwardly, like dead shy.
I just give her a little sly glance.
You guys have been great. Well, have a good time at the carnival. Are you gonna go on any other rides or attractions?
Maybe.
We were
What?
recommended to go to the lake.
Oh, yes. You definitely should.
The swans or the dragonflies?
The Silver Song Lake
Of
Oh.
is
course.
what Holly has written down. So maybe.
Oh yeah,
And
that's where Palasha lives.
Who?
She's a mermaid.
Oh,
She sings and does a performance. It's amazing. She's really talented. I wish I could sing like her.
We also got told we wanted to meet someone in the staff area. Are we allowed in there?
Oh, not usually. Who are you meeting?
Burley.
Billy.
Oh. Well, the staff area is usually covered in sort of magical thorns to stop guests wandering in, but they're not soundproof. If you call out for Burley and they're there, I'm sure they'll come and talk to you.
That's really useful to know. Thank you.
No problem. Just don't try and set any fires to the thorns. It doesn't work. Some people try that sometimes. Yeah, little kids making a bit of a nuisance. It's a very quick way to get kicked out of the carnival, and once you have, it's hard to get back in.
Can imagine. Just out of interest, what would happen if we lost our ticket?
Oh,
Do you
well,
know?
if you lose your ticket, it disappears, and so do your wings. So it's easy for staff to see that you don't have a ticket anymore, and they'll kick you out. Usually people can try and get back in through the ticket booth again, and sometimes they have to take more than one of the deals that you did to get in to promise to be on their best behaviour if they're coming back. But yeah, it doesn't happen often. Some people try and climb in or sneak in, but they usually caught quite quickly.
And what happens to those people who get caught?
Oh, they
Sneaking
just get kicked out. Although
Deception check.
you mean insight?
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me find out on my thing. I got a 16 plus 4, so 20.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You seem to think she's not telling you everything. There are some people that maybe don't work at the carnival that you really don't want to run into. And you can tell that she's really trying hard to think about what she's saying as she's saying it. She's kind of focused as she speaks.
They wouldn't happen to be hags, would they?
No. No. One of them wears a pig mask. They look like a little girl. One of them, I don't know what they look like other than what I've heard. Apparently they kind of look like a toad, but I don't know. The other one I haven't heard about in a while. I don't know if they're still here. But they, sometimes they'll find people that have not got tickets and they'll, I don't know. You just hear rumours.
Like, what kind of rumours?
Like the not so good rumours.
Oh.
Such as?
You know, like taking them to places that they don't want to go. You can tell she's trying really hard not to like say anything specific.
And just like really staring at her.
She's not
Is
meeting
this-
your gaze. She's like looking at the floor.
Come on, you
Edge
know you want to
closer.
tell us. We're friends here after all.
She kind of looks around behind you to make sure no one's there. They work for the hags, okay? And as she says that, you see the brown, horrible tree sap start to like gargle in her throat. She starts coughing it up. You see her skin start to bristle and burn as you see what looks like mushrooms and other sort of fungi start to grow painfully on it. And her fingers start to blister as she kind of pulls herself in and holds herself tight and kind of steps away from you all as this whole mess happens to her, and she coughs up the tree sap and kind of brushes away her skin and holds herself tight as it's all going on, and you just see her like suffering through this.
I like grab hold of her. Sorry.
Can I try casting healing word on her?
Yeah. You cast healing word on her and you feel that while she's in pain, and normally your spell would aid with that, it doesn't seem to do anything.
Oh, can I try detect poison or disease?
Yeah?
Just anything.
You don't sense anything like that coming from her. It's a really strange... She's kind of hacking and coughing and keeled over as she holds herself and tries to right herself and starts taking these deep breaths. You can tell this is something that has happened before. She kind of knows what is going on.
Can I try breathing exercises with her?
Yeah, I try and like comfort her.
After a few sort of minutes, you see the mushrooms that had grown from her skin start to slowly disappear. The blisters fade away, and the sap that she'd been coughing up slowly disappears, almost magically, as if there was no trace of it now. And she kind of wipes tears away from her eyes from coughing so much. She says, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said."
I'm guessing you can't tell us about what's just happened to you.
She shakes her head.
Shit.
I think we've hassled Diana enough.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I better
We're
open the
so
ride.
sorry.
It's not your fault. You were just trying to help. But there's things going on that you should stay away from. There's nasty things happening that you don't want to be involved in. You guys seem really nice. I don't want you to get hurt. But I've got to open the carousel again now. I'll see you later. You can see she kind of wipes the tears away as she's walking away and, like, de-stresses herself, does a nice little stretch. And you see her put on this, like, fake smile as she heads over to a group of people. You hear in the distance, like, "Oh, you're ready to come on the carousel? It's been fixed. It's ready to go." And she puts on this, like, customer service voice and expression as she kind of takes the sign away, and you see it, like, leading people now onto the carousel.
We should leave.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You all make your way away and back over the bridge. Diana gives you, like, a slow wave as she sees you passing the bridge and then turns back to what she's doing. She kind of looks... she has sort of a sorrowful expression, but quickly snaps back into that smiling demeanour as she bends down to talk to a little girl. As you
Poor woman.
walk away.
I don't know if it's the carnival or the hags that have done that.
I'm guessing the hags.
Hmm.
There's obviously more going on here than we know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
A lot behind the scenes.
yeah, maybe there's some kind of deal between them. Between the carnival and these hags.
Yeah.
Maybe the people who don't pay for tickets get given to the hags? I don't know.
Or something of theirs gets given to the hag.
Hmm.
Well, if our little troop here is anything to go by, that's seems to be what's happened to us, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming other people may have snuck into the carnival when they were younger.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
It's a bit of a haze still, but I think that's what happened to me.
I think same with me.
Yes.
Only a child, though.
Didn't know any better.
That kind of makes me worry for those kids we saw sneaking in.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't she say one of them can steal them?
Yeah.
Well, this carnival's gotten a lot less enjoyable.
How were we meant to be the having the most fun here. I think Cassie's in the lead with our group. With her dancing.
Well, I've been
Not
telling
a
a lot of people I love unicorns, and I think they like that a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially the unicorns themselves, right?
I did tell Moss. Yeah. Seemed happy to hear it.
Well, we're just like milling around the entrance.
I bet we look so sad.
Yeah.
It's like really
It's
bringing
like
the mood
really
down.
dejectedly kicking the floor, like.
Oh.
Everyone
You
avoids
see,
the carousel now.
You don't really seem to be affecting anyone in the vicinity, as they all seem to be like laughing and joking, and if they do come into contact with you, they just give you a wide berth and walk around you. You can see there's a couple of stalls near you that seem to be like game stalls, and you can see some people winning and getting given prizes as well nearby.
Prizes might feel a lot. If we won.
Those places are rigged.
I don't know. Those kids are getting prizes. Not kids, people.
Those kids are probably plants.
Just no one here.
Oh, a little bit pessimistic.
We're actually the only real guests.
Oh, whereabouts did we see those kids sneaking in? Because I know that was outside.
It was outside, right near the ticket booth entrance. They seem to be climbing like a tree branch into the carnival.
They could be anywhere by now.
Yeah, they will be.
They could have been kidnapped.
We're trying to be having a lot of fun, so why don't we play a game or visit that lake? Seems fun.
Yeah.
Could do that lake.
I'll go wherever you guys lead.
Yeah, I won't be leaving you behind anywhere, don't worry.
Never find you
I end up
again.
a lost property.
There are two main games sort of nearby where you guys are. One of them seems to be sort of a ring toss. Where you see a rabbit that seems to have a horn sticking out of its head. That teleports around the tabletop as people throw rings to try and get a ring over its horn as it's teleporting about. The second one is in like a booth setting where you see people go in, they get blindfolded, and they try to catch the tail of what looks to be like a red, very small dragon that flies around them with these little red butterfly wings. And they try to catch the tail of it.
They look fun. I want to try the ring toss on the rabbit thing.
I'll play too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
The
dragon.
The rabbit looks like, so it's really cute. So you see what looks to be like a wooden statue of a
look at it.
cute bunny with a horn like a unicorn. But as soon as people start to play, it starts to teleport all across the table. As you step up to play, the person running the game holds out 3 rings to you. 3 rings a go. If you win, you get a prize.
Okay, I love unicorns. This is a
I love unicorns too, but that is not a unicorn.
Oh.
Oh, I thought unicorns were cats covered in corn.
Yeah,
Me too.
As they hold out 3 rings for each of you, if you wish to play.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, to throw the ring to try and get it over the horn, you make a dexterity check. If you get 2 passes, you get a prize. If you get all 3, you get 2 prizes.
Ooh.
I'll have a go as well.
All right. So if you all want to throw your first one at the same time, all of you roll your dexterity checks.
So just a check, yeah.
Just a check, yeah.
I got 18 plus 3,
Aw.
so 21.
That was so close.
Oh my
Being-
gosh. Solana, you throw yours so far that it goes off the table. Like, you totally underestimated your power, the power of your throw and how light the ring was, that the person running the game has to then kind of gives you a look and then steps away to, like, pick it up.
Sorry, my bad.
All of you throw. Cassie, yours is really close, but you just miss out. But you see as Orla, yours circles the ring and lands on the rabbit.
Ooh.
As he says, one winner, 2 to go. As he takes in your scattered rings and waits for you all to throw again. Make another dexterity check.
Oh, down. 5 plus 3, so 8.
I don't know I've had a very good roll at all today.
Oh my gosh. Did you say 8, Orla?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All of you kind of throw at the same time and you kind of hit each other's rings as you all seem to be aiming for the same rabbit. And it all just scatters away as the rabbit teleports out of the way. None of you managed to get it on. Last ring. Oh, let's see if you get a prize. Let's go.
19 plus 3, so 22.
Oh, this is just for my pride because I can't win. No, Phil.
Mistral, you throw and you manage to get it on, and you're very proud of yourself. As Orla does the same next to you, you throw it just as you, in a space that you think the rabbit is going to appear, and it does just as it lands. And you hear like some children around you cheer, and the guy is like, "Yeah, 2 in a row. Look at that. Prize for you.
Take it all in.
Better luck next time, the rest of you." As he kind of brings out this box, and it seems to be, you can't see into the box, but he kind of puts it in front of you and says, "Oh, feel around, pull out something that you like."
Yeah, I'll just eagerly shove my hand in the box.
Alright, roll a d8 for me, please.
Uh, 4.
4. You pull out a bottle of wine.
Heck yeah!
It seems to be corked and untouched. And it has sort of the logo of the carnival on the bottle. Ah, one not for children. You are overage, right?
No, she's not.
No, I'm not.
You want to give that back?
Absolutely not.
You see, he kind of looks about. He doesn't see any staff near you, and he's like, "Okay, you look old enough to me." And he goes
Does
on
it say
to,
anything else on the wine, or is it literally just the bottle of wine?
Doesn't say anything on the bottle.
I'm gonna drink this later.
Okay. If you add it to your inventory, put it down as Witchlight wine. You see next to you, there's also the Red Fairy Dragon game is ongoing. If you wish to have a go at that.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Of course. Okay.
So look, we're having fun.
Ha 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 ha.
This one is similar, but you only have to succeed once to win.
So another dexterity check.
No, this one is a perception check.
Oh.
As
Yeah.
you step in and you are blindfolded, and you have to try and grab the fluffy tail of this dragon, very small, red-winged dragon with a long dragon-like tail that you would imagine, but they seem to have a rabbit fluff ball attached at the end, which they expect you to grab. You get 3 chances, and as I say, if you win once, you get a prize. If you win twice, you get 2 prizes. And if you win 3 times, you get a choice of what you win. So if you want to make a perception check as you all head in blindfolded to try and grab the dragon's tail.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
I got a 6.
A 6. Okay, Mistral and Ola kind of bang into each other with your blindfolds on. Kind of rub your heads and move out of the way to try again.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Cassie, you swear you grab it, but when you open your eyes, you've actually grabbed like the ponytail of a child. Quickly let go and then put your blindfold back on. Have another try. Solana, you do grab it, and as you let go, the dragon kind of wraps itself around your shoulders, and you hear the attendant like, "Oh, we got one so far. Have another go." As the dragon leaves your shoulders and starts flying around the area again. Have another go. So you've got 1 success, Solana.
18 plus 4, so 22.
Oh.
I got a 16. Is that a failure?
Yes.
I am going to use my ability.
Okay.
Make it not a failure.
Okay.
Is a 19?
That is a success.
Yes! Totally worth it.
Oh my gosh. So how do you change the outcome of that? Do you just feel that you haven't grabbed it and then
Yeah, I
use your
feel like
powers?
air. And then I use my abilities to just be like, no, where is it?
Determination.
Yeah.
You feel the air sort of move next to your ear, and just very quickly you manage to grab it before it flies out of range.
That was totally worth it.
Cassie, you also grab it this time. Solana, you grab it again.
Woohoo!
But sadly, Ola, you didn't. Oh, you got 22.
Yeah.
You also grab it. All of you now have a success. As you
Yay.
have a last go.
So good at this game, guys.
I got 23.
Ooh.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
nice. I got 20.
That's it.
Mistral and Orla both managed to grab the dragon once more, feeling the nice softness of its tail.
Missed.
Cassie, you miss again as you sort of grab the same child and they turn around and start crying.
I'm gonna pull that ponytail.
Oh, they start crying harder as you all sort of move over out of the booth. You're kind of ushered out, having done your 3 tries, over to the reward area, the prize table. As you head over, there's a young sort of half-orc woman. She welcomes you over. Oh, so how many wins did we get today?
1.
2?
2. I love unicorns.
Oh, so do I. What did you say, Ola? Did you say 3?
3.
Make a deception check.
Oh, 12.
She kind of looks you up and down like, oh, maybe next time. How many did you actually get?
2.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. So, the one of you who got 1, put your hand in, and she opens this bag. Again, same sort of situation as the box. You can't see into it, but you're expected to put your hand in to pull out something of random.
Cool.
So, roll a d8 for me, please, to see what you pull out. Wait, did you all get 2? No, Cassie got 1.
Yeah.
Okay, you pull out what looks to be a packet, and on it says the words pixie dust. She says, oh, that's a fun one.
Did it do?
Well, if you sprinkle it on you or someone else within 5 feet, you can fly for about a minute.
Great.
when it ends, don't worry. If you're high up in the air, you'll just float down gently. It's fun.
That sounds cool.
If you can add a packet of pixie dust to your inventory. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Alright, 2 rolls for you. So you roll 2d8s.
So I got a 7 and a 1.
Okay. For the 7, you pull out what looks to be a cuddly toy spider. She says, "Oh, that's a cute one. Be careful though. If you cuddle it, you'll become very sticky."
I was just about to cuddle it as she said that.
So if you cuddle or stroke the spider, you get basically the benefit of the spider climb spell on you for an hour. But once you use it once, it's used up.
Okay.
She warns you.
Do I still get to keep the spider toy though, or does it like disappear?
It turns into a real spider.
Oh.
So it's up to you. If you keep it, I wouldn't. Not my kind of thing.
Kinda want to keep it.
For your other one, if you can roll me a D100, please.
Oh my god. Okay. 5.
A 5? D100? Oh my gosh. Okay, you pull out what looks to be a golden pendant charm that's shaped like a
Ooh.
leprechaun.
I love it.
Oh. Not magical, that one, just a nice little trinket. Who's next?
Fine, I love gold.
I'll go next.
Alright, give us a D8, please. Or 2d8, because you've won twice.
Oh,
Or did you win 3 times?
I just won twice.
Twice. 7 and 6, okay. So you pull out the same toy spider as Orla did.
Oh,
You also pull out what looks to be a little pot of paint.
mm.
She says, "Oh, that's a magic face paint. As an action, you can put it on yourself or something else, usually another creature or, another person, and you'll get disguise self for an hour."
Oh, that's very cool. Thank you.
No worries. Who else? Is that you all?
I guess it's just me left.
Just you? How many?
2.
2d8s, please. She holds the bag forward for you.
I got a 2 and a 5.
Okay. So for the 2, you put your hand in and you pull out a wooden wand. It looks to be a magic wand. She says, "Ooh, that one lets you be a wizard for the day." She kind of seems a lot more excited than you all do.
I just blankly look at her.
With this one, you can cast Prestidigitation as a spell 8 times. And then it's over. So you've got a wand of Prestidigitation with 8 charges, although it doesn't recharge.
Oh, okay.
What was your second roll?
5.
5. You pull out a unicorn horn filled with candy.
Okay.
I should give it to Solana.
Just a unicorn horn filled with candy.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like made out of something that has been crafted. It doesn't seem to be like a real horn, but It's been
Can I-
painted very brightly and contains lots of different candy and sweets.
At least these aren't rewrapped sweets.
No, they look fresh. They look good. Despite coming out of this bag, they seem
An
to
old
be.
lady's pocket.
Hey, don't knock that. She's your best friend last session.
She was great.
She says, well, that's for you. Have a great time. She like waves you off.
Thanks, I suppose.
You see more people sort of filter in behind you to get their prizes, and you kind of ushered out of the way.
Well, successful game playing, I guess.
Well, have
Yeah, I
fun.
got a leprechaun charm out of it.
Pretty cool.
And a bottle of wine.
And a spider friend.
I'm still gonna use this.
Okay.
Has Ola ever drank wine before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay. Just
When
making
haven't
sure.
I?
Just making sure. Okay. Where are you guys heading off to now?
We do the Silver Song Lake and then work our way around.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
never
sounds good.
seen a mermaid, so
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I want to see a mermaid.
Hopefully they're a real mermaid.
is a mermaid like a fish head? Is
Yep.
that how that works?
Yeah. Human legs is what I've heard.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. That's
Huh,
what
I always thought it was the other way around.
No,
Why
fish
would you
head.
think that?
Okay. So you head over to Silverson Lake. If you can move your tokens over here, just so I know where you are. You see the gondola swans to your right, but you head past them over to the lake itself. You see mist gathering at the banks of this shimmering lake. Near its centre, there is a mermaid lounging in a giant bowl, and she seems to be singing a glorious but haunting song that captivates the spectators on the lake shore. In response to her singing and the high notes and the low notes, the lake water seems to move and dance around her as she creates magical sculptures that whirl around and dance in the air as she performs. I'll send you a picture of what she looks like.
Does she have a fish head?
She does not have a fish head.
Does she have roly-poly fish heads?
She has blue skin, and where her legs would be goes down into a fish-like tail. And she has purple long hair.
I told you guys.
Weird.
She seems to be
Wonder-
like entranced in her dance and singing performance. With all the water dancing around her, and you hear people in the crowd next to you like, "Oh my god, she's so beautiful." And all the kids like, "Oh." She dances the water around and kind of splashes them a little bit playfully and carries on. There seems
I
to be
wonder if
quite
she had a pet
large...
fish.
Sorry.
Sorry. I wonder if she had a pet fish.
Maybe she is the pet fish.
Actually, as you say that, you see a large swarm of fish that seem to be brought into her dance in a bubble of water as she twirls them around in sort of... They seem to be like a swarm of fish as she's dancing around with them in the air, just as you make that joke.
I need to stop talking.
Do. I hate fish.
There's quite a large crowd around you on the lakeside to watch this performance. It seems like you got there just in time to watch what was going on. Everyone seems to be enjoying the performance, but you hear from the crowd someone shout out, "Stop singing! You're rubbish!"
What a heckle. Is that like close by to us?
It sounds quite close by in the crowd that you're in. You kind of look over in that area and you don't see where it came from specifically. You hear from the other direction, like the other side of the crowd, as someone else starts to shout and heckle. Get a real job!
Wow. Savage.
They're at a carnival, what do they expect?
They want to watch an accountant. That's
Yeah.
Just someone doing their taxes.
You hear like the padding of feet as like very quickly this small creature kind of comes to stand next to you. And you see as they begin to open their mouth and shout that this is where the noise is coming from. It seems to be a very small kenku. They have a small bird type person. As they seem to shout out in a completely different voice to the two that you heard previously. As they shout, I heard Candlefoot doesn't even love you! Ha ha! And then they run about again back into the crowd. And now looking over, you can see that as you got there, the dancing and the movement of the water was all in tune. She seems to have been put off by this. She kind of drops the water and it all splashes back into the lake. The swarm of fish that were around her drop into the lake. As she kind of looks over, and you can see now she's got tears in her eyes as she kind of falters mid-song. She looks over into the crowd, jumps up out of her bowl, and starts to swim downriver as the performance is abruptly ended.
My perception to see if I can see this creature.
Yeah?
Nope.
You just don't see them within the crowd. They seem to have snuck out of your vision. But you got a clear view of them as they stood almost next to you as they heckled. They seem to be like a black sort of crow or raven sort of appearance. And they were only about 3 foot tall. But their voices seemed to emulate different people every time they shouted. Assuming that they made the first 2 shouts, which, with them running about like they did, you would probably assume it was them. You hear the crowds sort of talking amongst themselves as they all start to disperse and move on to the next attraction, and some people seem sad and upset, and others are concerned about where the beautiful mermaid went, but their parents seem to, you know, draw them back in and move over away from the lakeside and onto the next attraction as it all sort of filters out and it's just you 4 stood there.
And the Kenku's gone as well.
You don't see a Kenku anymore now.
I just stand at the water edge and I clap and I go, beautiful, bravo! Hoping that you hear me.
You don't see her. She kind of swam off into the lake, kind of like under the water. You don't see her from where you are.
So she was in like a bowl.
She was in the bowl above the water, yeah. And
Okay.
when she was heckled and she became upset, she jumped out and swam into the lake. Sort of away from the area where she'd usually perform.
I could go and swim in, but I don't think I'll be able to speak underwater anyway. To give some sort of, I don't know, like a morale boost. I suppose.
Mm.
Orla,
Hmm,
with
that's
your passive perception,
Mm.
you see to the left where the lake sort of bends off into the river, you see her form emerge out of the water as she seems to swim down the river a little bit in this direction.
Can I see like where she's going? Like, is there
She
anything over
seems
there?
to be following the river down a little bit, but kind of curving away out of your sight from where you are. There seems to be attractions in the way.
Can I cast message? Can I see her? Like,
You can see her.
I don't know how
What's the range
how
on
far
that?
the radius is. 120 feet.
I'd say if, as you saw her, you could just about catch her, just as she was about to head off, if you wish to send a message.
Yes, please.
What do you say?
I just go, that was beautiful. Come back to the shore. Speak to us.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that is the wrong one. 15.
Okay. For message, can they message back to you? Or is it just you to them?
Can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
Okay. You hear back in your mind. Okay, who are you? You can see now she's kind of stopped in the mouth of the river and is kind of looking around.
I just like eagerly wave from the shore.
She kind of looks at you for a second and then waves you over towards her. Doesn't seem to want to head back into the lake for now. She seems to be drawing you over to the river where she is.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Yeah? What about the rest of you?
Yeah, I call them over. Go this
I'll
way.
follow.
If you
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. So you all head over. You see her kind of sat now, almost sulking within the river itself. She's kind of got her arms folded. She's got her tail within the water, but her herself is sat out of the water. As you approach, she kind of sits up. Oh, thank you for your kind words, anyway.
I only speak the truth.
I'm sorry it was cut short. This heckler won't leave me alone.
He's been doing it often.
Yeah. Every performance so far today they've interrupted.
It's only one person.
It's just
And
got
a Kenku
too
of that.
much. A Kenku?
Yeah, that seems to be who's making all the noise.
Oh, that makes sense.
Who's Candlefoot?
You see, as you mention the name, almost a blush instantly appears on her face. As she kind of looks you up and down. Well, we were going to be married, but he ditched me, as we were meant to be.
Bastard.
He hasn't spoken to me since. He won't speak to anyone. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Is he at the carnival?
Yeah, he works here. He used to just be a general staff, but since he's become a mime, finding himself, I suppose. Kind of fitting in with him not speaking. Stupid idiot.
Sounds like you're better off.
You see, she kind of like lowers herself into the water where her mouth is below it, and you can see like the bubbles. She like exhales. She still seems to be like blushing though.
Where was is Candlefoot just roaming around the carnival, or were they based somewhere
Oh,
specific?
he works over at the Hall of Illusions now.
Ah, that makes
I can't
kind of
go and
sense.
see him myself. Staying away from me is what he's doing. Coward.
Sounds like you're better off.
Yes, but one can't help what the heart feels, I suppose.
Do you think it's related to this heckling that you've been getting?
Maybe? For them to know about Candlefoot, it's strange that they're just a random guest. I don't usually get heckled.
Did they have wings on this Kenku? Like the
Yes.
butterfly wings? Okay.
I'll show you what they look like.
So they are a guest.
They look like this. They have sort of paper wings with orange markings drawn on.
So do they look different from the wings we were given?
They don't look as well made as the ones that you were given.
We've got pretty good wings.
Maybe fake.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Without a close inspection, it's hard to tell, but they didn't look, as I say, they kind of weren't as good as the ones that you have.
I get you. We could always see if we can. I was going to say speak with this Candlefoot, but if he's being in mind.
Yes, you might have trouble to actually get anything from him. He's still being stubborn.
We could always go and tell him off.
Oh, yes, I would like that.
I'm sure we can speak to him.
Oh, why would you do such a thing for me? You don't even know me. I'm Palasha, by the way.
Pleasure.
I'm
Ola.
Solana
And I do a little bow and hold out my hand.
She shakes your hand. It's very wet.
I'm Mistral.
Ah, nice to meet you.
Do like a very awkward bow.
She holds out her wet hand to you.
I can't say no to this. Mistral kind of reluctantly does take the hand.
I wipe my hand on Mistral.
Yeah, as you're shaking a hand, you get a very sudden wet feeling on your side as Ola wipes the hand on you.
Yep. This is fine. I hate this. As I can't lie.
I hate this. She holds out her hand to Solana.
I'm Solana. I love unicorns. It's lovely to meet you.
Oh. Have you been on the carousel? Ah, wonderful.
Good.
And you? She holds out a hand to Cassandra.
See,
Cassie, lovely. Well, if you wish to go and torment Candlefoot, please feel free. However, if you want to do something for me, you could always find the little heckler and find out what their deal is. I can't very well travel on land.
You can try.
If you could, I would be much appreciative. They've really dampened my mood. I don't feel like I can go back and perform yet. I have to have a bit of time to myself.
What does Candlefoot look like?
He's a human. Tall, handsome. Now wearing stupid makeup. Looks like a mime.
Could have been a Mr. Mime.
A what?
No, there wasn't anything important.
Well, if you would do that for me, I would be very grateful, but, you know, no pressure.
Sure, we can look into it.
We still have time.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can always offer you a singing lesson in return.
That would be lovely. Just out of interest, can we what would happen if we were to I don't know, curse someone in the carnival?
If what?
We were to curse someone or hit someone?
Well, any sort of violence, you'd usually be picked up by staff very quickly. Well, I don't get to see all the excitement in the lake. Curses!
Bring the excitement to you.
Not so sure about curses. If you can do it subtly, why not?
Good to know.
I just want to know why they're targeting me. Are they doing it to other people? How do they even know about Candlefoot? Ugh.
Maybe Candlefoot sent them.
Suppose it's not. Oh, he didn't even think about that! Oh, I hope he wouldn't. If he can't even speak to me himself, why would he send someone to heckle me? Doesn't seem like him. But who knows anymore?
He didn't say to you anything out of the ordinary before he went on this whole mime thing?
No,
Did he?
we were gonna be married. He was going through his vows with me and then
He randomly
he ran
decided to
away.
become a mime.
Yes. Sounds so silly when you say it out loud.
Did he say anything?
No,
Or did he literally just
He
become a
was-
mime one day?
He
that,
couldn't. He's
he just
mine.
did it overnight. He never came to see me. I've only heard that he's become a mime from other people because I can't go and see him. He's at the bloody illusion hall. He's hiding from me and he won't talk to anyone.
Maybe he can't talk
He got
to anyone.
cold feet.
Maybe
He's
he
obviously
just lost
scared
his
to be
voice.
with me.
I don't think that's the case.
We're just so different, but that's what I loved about him. Everyone here is so accepting and loving, and we were drawn together. It was like a fairy tale, but I guess I was foolish to think it was real. You can see in the water next to her the swarm of fish that were used in her performance are kind of just idly swimming around her. And as you get a closer look at them now, they seem to be like piranha type fish. From a distance, they look very pretty and lovely in the performance, but up close, they have very sharp, jagged teeth that you can just about see in the top of the river through the clear water. She kind of
I like your
strokes
fish.
them and.
Can I
Oh,
bend
thank
down
you.
and like put my finger in the
Oh,
water?
oh no. I wouldn't.
Oh, I kind of would.
These are my pets. They're my quippers. They keep me company here.
I like him.
Thanks. I like you. And your ears, they're very fluffy.
Thank you very much.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be left alone for a bit.
Of course. We should be on our way, right?
Sure.
Do let me
And
know
then-
if you do catch the Kenku.
We'll look into it.
The detectives are on the case.
Oh, are you all detectives?
Yes.
Nope.
Uh,
We only met
Ah.
today.
Okay.
Well, technically, we met in a dream.
Oh.
That was
Kind
today.
of today. Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, I can't say that's the strangest thing I've ever heard. I need to go and swim out my anxiety. I'll see you all later, okay?
See you later.
She
Okay.
heads back under the water and heads back into the lake, but doesn't come up to the performance area. She just seems to be doing like a large loop of the lake, and you see her like swimming about and kind of venting her frustration. You see bubbles come up every now and then.
She's fine.
If you catch a glimpse
mermaid's
of her,
fault.
she looks like she's like screaming, like yelling under the water to get her frustration out.
Good for her.
But she avoids the gondola area, so she doesn't like interact with the people that are riding in the lake. She's not like knocking them over or anything. She just seems to be in a. She's dealing with it in her own way. And that's where we'll leave the session for today, because we're already past 5:30.
Woo.
Ooh.
We didn't die again.
Yeah.
Doing great.
I'm very proud.
Didn't die twice.
Yeah. I was I use one focus on this one random thing, so if he wants to focus on that, we're like, no, who's this guy?
Yeah.
I imagine next session you're going to go and see Candlefoot.
Oh, yes.
So we're gonna do
This man
something
is going to
completely
be like intimidated for his life.
different.
I see.
Yeah, this is what we do, just focus on that one random thing that happened in passing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I prepared the snails today because I thought, oh, they said they really wanted to do the snails, but I guess I've got that for next time or whenever.
Get round to
Or
it.
you'll never ever do the snails.
Depends how
now
long
that
this
I've
mime
prepped
thing
it.
takes.
Yeah, we need to make a pact to never go see the snail racing.
Oh, I got a whole
Apart from
map for
very
it and
suddenly.
everything.
Aw.
I'm sure we'll end up doing everything.
Doing a custom version of it because the one in the book isn't very detailed.
Aw.
Ah,
We've got to do snail racing.
Oh no, it's fine. I'll just delete it. Don't worry
At
about
the
snail
least
race.
expected part as well.
Yeah.
You'll never
I'm
see
on
it
a-
for
Oh no. Well, at least I'm prepared for it now.
yeah.
I'm on a
Yeah.
personal journey of just having fun.
Yeah. And this is where
you
we find
got
out,
given some
Kind of-
hints today.
yeah, and this is where we find out that Candlefoot's at the snail racing, because I was like, I made a map. So this can go to the snail race.
Be like the worst jockey because he can't shout at the snails.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for coming, everyone that was watching on Twitch or on YouTube if you've watched this re-uploaded. We will see you next time.
Not next week though.
But not next
Oh,
week.
yeah, not next
So there is not going to be a session next week or the week after, but there will be the week after that. So see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Bye.